Hey, this is Clayton Lawrence, the super heavyweight boxer for Team ISV, and you're listening to VIOC in action.
Hi, this is Cy Thompson, laser sailor for Team ISV, and you're listening to VIOC in action.
This is your high hurdle specialist, Eddie Lovett, for Team VI, and you're tuned in to VIOC in action.
Hi, this is Laverne Jones for Virgin Islands 4-time Olympian and 6th fastest female in the 60-meter history. Tune in to VIOC in action to learn about athletes and what motivates us. Remember, teamwork make the dream work.
All righty, welcome to VIOC in action. This is your host, Athniel Bobby Thomas, and we are in the midst of Barranquilla 2018. That is the 2018 Central American and Caribbean Games, and they're in full swing right now as we have a delegation of 70 plus down in Colombia representing Team ISV. For those of you new to the program, that is Virgin Islands Team VI. On the international Olympic scene, we are Team ISV. And we have a lot going on down there from Barranquilla, including opening ceremonies, interviews with athletes, listing of athletes, and so much more information concerning Barranquilla 2018. And this is, I guess we could say, the third of the largest, biggest, most important events that our athletic representatives attend. As you know, let's take, for example, 2016 was the Olympics in Rio, right? That's the climax of sporting around the globe. Then you come down and you take what is somewhat of an off year in 2017, right? Unless you consider Winter Olympics and stuff. But then you get back towards the Summer Olympics and the Summer Games type of event in 2018. We have what is a regional event for Team ISV, and that's the Central American and Caribbean Games. Self-explanatory for the participants. The Central American and Caribbean region, pretty much everywhere from Mexico all the way down in South America, all throughout the Central America. So it's, Caribbean, everything. That's a level one of headed towards the big game, the Olympics. Okay, so that's 2018. 2019, we have the Pan Am Games. So that's a level above. That's makes it even tougher to get in. So instead of just being a Central American and Caribbean region, the Pan Am Games is all of North, South, Central America. So, we are expanding our region. Once we have elevated beyond the Pan Am Games, beyond the Central American and Caribbean Games, we go global. And in global, we specifically are talking about the Olympics. So being that we just came from an Olympic cycle in 2016, we're halfway there, being in 2018 with step number one, which is Central American and Caribbean Games. And to give you an idea of how amazing the Central American and Caribbean event is, it gives you a list of different countries participating. Let me see if I could get a better showing of this list to tell you about, because it's a very, very comprehensive, and actually only a couple countries in South America, more towards Colombia and Venezuela is looking like pretty much. Okay. But the listing goes as follows. And if we try to go in alphabetical order, it goes something like this. Well, nah, definitely ain't gonna be alphabetical order. Nonetheless, here we go. Antigua and Barbuda, Aruba, Bahamas, Barbados, Belize, Bermuda, Colombia, Costa Rica, Cuba, Curaçao, Dominica, El Salvador, Grenada, Guadeloupe, Guatemala, Guyana, French Guyana, Haiti, Honduras, Cayman Islands, Turks and Caicos, USVI, the BVI, Jamaica, Martinique, Mexico, Nicaragua, Panama, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, St. Martin, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Lucia, Suriname, Trinidad and Tobago, and Venezuela. So those are the countries listed that should be participating in one way or the other in Barranquilla 2018, the Central American and Caribbean Games in Colombia. Going on as we speak, it's the dates for the event for 2018 are July 19th through August 3rd. So our Caribbean neighbors, we're all down there and we're in the midst of it. That's what I can say, in the midst of great competition right now. Those of you interested in following along, checking out what's going on, you can go to the website for the event, which is barranquilla2018.com, and that's BARRANQUILLA2018.com. So you can follow along some of the events and try to catch up where the Virgin Islands athletes are participating. I must say this site for Barranquilla 2018 is not as comprehensive as the one for the Pan American Games, where you could search for an athlete by name and follow that athlete. That is it's not possible here. It's like one level below where the Pan Am Games website was. Because when you search the country, you could go to Team ISV, go to the Virgin Islands. The Virgin Islands would list for you each and every athlete that was listed as part of the delegation. You click on that, and that gives you the information to the games, the schedule, their times, height, weight. A lot of information was there. It's not so much the case with Barranquilla 2018. They get you close. They get you in the ballpark for that, but not directly. No, I wish, but they don't. But still, lots of good information there for Barranquilla 2018. Part of the delegation as well, we have going on a one-time athlete. I'm sure she's still an athlete, just not competing for 2018. Sydney Paul. Sydney Paul is a bowler for Team ISV, and that's one of the many hats she wears with the Virgin Islands Olympic Committee, because she is indeed an athlete and participates when the bowling team for the Virgin Islands qualifies, and they just missed out this year for taking part in Barranquilla 2018. But Sydney, besides her personal investment in her education, where she has really received a master's degree level of education in journalism and all things communication and social media, Sydney was given a grand opportunity in 2015 when she went to Toronto, Canada, and received extended training from the Olympic Committee concerning media for these type of events. So Sydney is serving as media for Team ISV, and she is going to absolutely enjoy that experience, as she will be able to see a good part of Barranquilla, Colombia, go into the different areas to follow the many athletes in the many disciplines that the Virgin Islands has down there. And she's already on the ball. Sydney has already sent in 2 interviews, as she did an interview with the coach. I think his name is Clint Williams for the Virgin Islands women's national team. And Coach Williams and Sydney had a very nice discussion there. And I think she followed that one with an interview from one of our swimmers. I think he is Matt Mays. And Matt has been doing good work down there in Barranquilla for CSE 2018. So we have those interviews coming for you in a little bit. And we will definitely get to hear more from Barranquilla, Colombia, as the delegation is down there. Of course, you know that's headed by our president, Angel Chico Morales, our Secretary General, Lynn Reed, and our Vice President from St. Croix, John Abramson Jr., Vice President from St. Thomas, St. John, Anson Sliger, and our Treasurer, Joe Bushelty. But one thing that must be said is that John Abramson Jr. is serving as the chef de mission. So he's pretty much the man in charge for the Virgin Islands delegation down there. And they are, man, I can tell you, they're getting things done. And, of course, with a lot of help from the octopus of the Virgin Islands Olympic Committee, Brigitte Berry, who has a million hands in a million directions, getting everything done. She is, sorting through hundreds, literally, that's not an exaggeration, hundreds of emails in trying to ensure that the 70-plus delegation will have proper credentials, had proper times for their flights, were picked up from the different airports and transported to the Olympic Village, where all the athletes are going to hang out. For those who are not staying with the athletes, you also have to ensure transportation to respective hotels for our media and our dignitaries. So, along with our leadership for the VIOC, Brigitte Berry is virtually there and another 25 places to make sure that everything is going smooth. So it's a big deal down there for Team ISV for Barranquilla 2018, and our hard-working athletes who we are hoping are going to bring back just a little bit of the hardware from down in Colombia. But what we'll do right now, it's just about time for our first break. So we're going to do our first break here on VIOC in action. And when we get back, we are going to give you lots, and I mean lots of information as far as what's going on down in Barranquilla, Colombia. So we'll be right back.
Tannenbaum, skeleton racer for Team ISV, and you are listening to VIOC in action.
Hi, this is Tim Pitts, 2004 Olympic sailor for the Virgin Islands, sailing the laser class on VIOC in action.
This is Mr. One Time for the One Time, Leon Hunt, long jump record holder for Team VI. Thank you for logging on to VIOC in action.
All right, welcome back to VIOC in action, and I'm your host, Neil Bobby Thomas, and giving you more information from Barranquilla, Colombia, where Team ISV is attending the 2018 Central American and Caribbean Games. And if you want to follow along, as mentioned, you can go to Barranquilla2018.com, BARANQUILLA 2018.com, and follow along as best as you can from the information that's there. But talking about information, let me give you a little heads up as to what's going on with who's going on down in Barranquilla for Team ISV. And you know you can always go to Virgin Islands, www.virginislandsolympics.org. That's our website. Or you can go to facebook.com/virginislandsolympics.org. And I'm right there now on the Facebook page for the VIOC. And it's giving you the update as to who is down in Barranquilla, where it says this year's delegation is made up of sailors Peter Stanton and Mayumi Mimi Roller. Archers include Amanda Werheim, Kevin Demore, and Julianne Abernathy. For track and field athletes, we have Laverne Jones-Fret, Malik Smith, Mohammed Abdul Halim, Eduardo Garcia, Leon Hunt, Yoshida Reimer, Stewart, Winetta Kirby, Nia Jack, and Fred Dorsey. Our basketball players include Kadisha Barry, Tanika Carey, Tyra Aska, Cheyenne Hedrington, Victoria Hamilton, Lanice Bo, Natalie Day, Anisha George, Brittany Matthew, and Imani Tate. I think some of the guys will include Shaquem Alcindor, Stephon Adams, Jamal Samuel, Jemiah Simmons, Xavier Richards, Earl Thompson, Amir Nesbitt, Kyle Clark, Jason Perry Murray, Angel Quincas, and Lauren Smith. Our lone fencer down in Barranquilla is a striker called Teddy Weller. Our golfers are Kevin O'Connell and Amira Alexander. Swimming for Team ISV will include Adriel Sanes, Carter Maltby, Matthew Mays, Kyra Odlum, Kai Odlum, and Webster Basel. For beach volleyball, we have Miguel Lopez and Edward Peter. And we also have Monica Charles and Amber Bennett. So you can always stay tuned for more updates from Colombia. And they should be following the hashtag Team ISV. And you can stay up to date with what's going on down there. But talking about being up to date, the opening ceremonies for the 2018 Games, Central American and Caribbean Games, took place on the 19th. And we had, as I mentioned before, on the scene, hot on the spot, was Sidney Paul. Sidney Paul, as mentioned, is down there giving great coverage. So what Sidney was able to do was capture some of the Virgin Islands delegation for some interviews. So first we'll do the interview that was done with Clint Williams. Clint Williams is the head coach for the VI national women's team for basketball. So we'll do Clint first, and I think she has an interview with Matthew Mays, one of our swimmers who did some great stuff down there. So let's catch up with Sydney as she gives us the information concerning some of our athletes down in Barranquilla.
This is Sydney Paul, and I am at the CAC Games in Barranquilla, Colombia. And with me right now is Clint Williams, and you are one of the coaches for the women's basketball team, correct?
Yes, I'm the head coach of the women's national team.
Head coach. So how are you doing, Coach?
I'm good, excited, ready for tonight, ready to finally tip off and get things rolling.
Mm-hmm. How was the opening ceremony last night for you?
It was amazing. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. From all the fireworks and entertainment and all the teams just coming together, having a good time. Everyone was interacting, trying to share each other's pins and stuff like that. So it was an amazing time. And I told the girls, I'm like, looking at this, if this don't get you fired up, ready to play, I don't know what else will, man. So it was amazing.
Yeah, I competed in the 2014 Veracruz games. Mm-hmm. And, you know, that feeling when you walk out into the stadium and you see all of those people, it's such a rush. So how was that? Like, just seeing thousands of people looking at you and cheering you guys on?
I mean, that's what we worked for, you know. That's why we play all those previous tournaments and was able to do well to get to this point so far. I mean, that feeling was something that's very indescribable. I took as many videos as possible so I can just share with family and friends so they can somewhat see what it's like, but unless you're in that, it's very hard to describe what that feeling's like.
So, tonight is your first game. How are you feeling going into it, and what have you guys been doing to train for it?
I'm feeling very confident. You know, Colombia is a very good team. We actually saw them just last summer down in Buenos Aires, Argentina. That game, you know, we came out cold. We couldn't make a shot in the first half to save our lives. So we got down 20, but the second half we started pressing and we came back and cut the deficit, but just ran out of time, so we lost by like 6 or 7. So, and you know, the girls know that, they remember that. So feeling very confident. You know, as far as preparation, you know, we had a couple of days of training camp in St. Thomas. So we went twice a day, worked hard, working just really getting our legs under us, getting our wind back, getting a lot of shots up, implementing the offense in some different sets we're going to run. And, you know, we got down here, was able to practice twice, 2 days so far. Once was on the arena floor we're going to be playing tonight, so that was very good for us as well. So we're feeling very confident. You know, right now the girls are all in their own rooms resting up and getting ready to go at it tonight.
Okay, so I just want to go back a little bit. So you're saying that, which is really good that you guys competed against Colombia recently.
Yes.
So it's more of an offensive game that you guys are focusing on, that you need to...
Yeah, we definitely feel we can outscore them. Mm-hmm. They don't really pump a lot of points on the board. Hopefully that don't change tonight. Mm-hmm. But they're typically more for defense. They have a big girl in the middle, 6'8". You know, she's a rim protector, so sometimes trying to get in there, she's coming over and blocking shots. The guards are very good. They have 2 in particular that can shoot the ball very well. So we feel if we handle those 3, we should be okay. But like I said, the problem was we were getting stopped for the most part, but we were shooting cold as you can think of. You know, we couldn't make a shot. In the second half, we started to press, got some layups going, then our shots had to pick up. So that's something I'm keeping back in my mind tonight, seeing how the game goes. If I feel like, you know, we can make shots again, then probably go to that press a little bit quicker tonight, you know. So just been here game planning for the most part all day and trying to think of different strategies as to what to do if this happens or this happens. Yeah.
Okay. So also, I know you talked about how confident you guys are going into the games. Does a lot of that confidence come from this past year? I know that last year you guys were champions for the Central Basket 2017.
Definitely.
So how, you know, this year you guys have been gaining a lot of momentum. Is that where a lot of the confidence comes from?
Yeah, you know, when, you know, T-Ron Richards, aka Ronnie, when he contacted me to join the staff last year, you know, one thing that I wanted to really focus on was trying to get more athletic as a team. I feel like our athleticism is what helped us, and kind of add some pieces and some more help around the core, you know, the Denise Bow, Victoria Hamilton, Natalie Day, those 3 young ladies have been playing for like 10 plus years at national team. So, you know, added some pieces like Anisha George, you know, homegrown talent, this young, Imani Tate, you know, pieces like that was able to come in and help us right away. So I felt like that definitely gave us a big boost. Like you said, having success last year, that just I mean, the girls are just right now in cloud nine. You know, they feel like they can beat anybody. We won the Central Basket at St. Thomas. Then we went to Argentina, and we picked up our first 2 wins ever at that tournament as well too. And one of those wins was against Brazil, who's ranked number 8 in the world. So, like I said, beating Brazil, trust me, they feel like they can beat anybody right now. So yeah, it's really high right now.
Awesome. Well, thank you and good luck tonight. I look forward to seeing you guys play.
Thank you.
That was Sydney Paul with our interview with Clint Williams, the head basketball coach for Team ISV on the women's side. And as mentioned, they had a game last night. And what I'll try and do is search through to see if I could find the results and let you know how our team did last night. But Sydney also gave us some information concerning our swimming activity. I think it was yesterday. So let me read for you the press release that Sydney sent out on behalf of the VIOC. And it says, the headline is, the ISV swim team finished strong on first day of competition. And this is, of course, Dateline from Barranquilla, Colombia. And it goes, the U.S. Virgin Islands ISV swim team had a strong finish after day one of competition at the 2018 Central American and Caribbean Games on Friday, ending with several athletes advancing to medal rounds and a new U.S. Virgin Islands record. Team ISV advanced to the men's 200-meter butterfly final and automatically advanced to the men's 4x200-meter freestyle relay final. Carter Mabey, 15, also advanced to the women's 400-meter freestyle final. And all three finals were completed the same day. Though they did not medal in their finals appearances, Frank Odlum, president of the USVI Swimming Federation, said he was very pleased with the team's overall performance, especially since most swimmers dropped seconds off of their best times. Quote from Coach Odlum goes, "We tell the kids all the time that they're racing themselves. So each one of them dropped times and made improvement," Odlum said. They just swam at the Central American and Caribbean Amateur Swimming Confederation Championship 2 weeks ago. So to drop time from just 2 weeks back, we're very pleased with that. You know, one of the men's 4x200-meter freestyle relays team members, Adriel Sanes, who is 19, said he felt comfortable going into the competition. "It was a good start to the meet. I felt good in the water, so as the days go on, I know I'll feel even better," Sanes said. Matthew Mays, also 19, made a lifetime best and broke his own Virgin Islands record in the men's 200-meter butterfly with a time of 2 minutes 5 seconds. In his first heat, he said, he said the team is used to long meets such as this, and warming up, rolling out, and keeping your body in racing condition is the key. Webster Basel, who is 18, was proud to drop a second off of his best time in the men's 100-meter freestyle with a time of 53:30 in his first ever Central American and Caribbean game appearance. This is the first time big swim meet for me like this, so it was kind of nerve-wracking at first, but when I got in there, it was just amazing, he said. It's kind of a once-in-a-lifetime thing you get to do. Moving forward through the next few days of competition, Odlin said Team ISV is ready and anxious to get in the pool. Just the fact that they met qualifications to come, they don't need any motivation. They train more than 10 hours a week. They are there every day except Sunday training at home, he said. It's easy. We don't have to motivate them. We don't have to coax them. They want to come. On Friday, overall, Team ISV competed in the mixed 4x100 medley relay, the men's 4x200 freestyle relay, the men's 200-meter butterfly, the men's 100-meter freestyle, women's 50-meter backstroke, and the women's 400-meter freestyle. So feel free, ladies and gentlemen, follow along, check out Barranquilla 2018, and stay up to speed with what Team ISV has going on. And you just heard that press release about the swimmers. So let's go to Sydney's interview with Matt Mays that she had on Friday.
This is Sydney Paul with the VIOC swim team, and I am here with Matthew Mays. Matthew, how did your swim meet go today?
Today went really well. We had a 4x100 mixed relay, which was the first event, and I swam butterfly in that. And that was kind of a warm-up for my 200 butterfly, which I dropped about 3 seconds, which was the best time for me and a Virgin Islands record.
Oh, awesome. Congratulations. So how does that feel?
Pretty good. It was my record before, but it's always better to do better times.
Exactly.
And then tonight I'm going back. I'm in the B final.
Okay.
I think I'm seated 12th overall.
Mm-hmm. How did the pool feel?
Pretty good. The water's a little warm, but it's not bad. Mm-hmm. We're used to warm pools swimming in the Caribbean. So.
Have you been to this? You have been to the CAC games before, right?
I have not.
This is your first time?
This is my first CAC games. I went to the Pan American Games.
That's right. That's where I remember seeing you. Okay, so this is, familiar to you, competing on a regional level this big.
Right.
How did you feel about the opening ceremonies last night?
It was incredible. So many people, and everyone was just having a good time. It was much more relaxed compared to Pam's. So this time I kind of had a feel for how it would go, and yeah, it was incredible.
Have you guys been interacting with the other athletes?
A little bit. This was the first time we had met them during the open ceremonies.
Okay. So what's your strategy moving into tonight, moving into the coming days, on your mindset or how you guys are going to be training? What do you guys plan to do?
Well, we're used to these long meets from past meets where it's about 5. This meet's a little longer. It's a 6-day meet. Tomorrow I'm actually off, so that'll be kind of my rest day. And, warming up, rolling out, keeping your body in racing condition.
Okay. Great. Thank you, Matthew.
Thank you.
And that was Sydney Paul with Matthew Mays. So lots of action going on down there in Barranquilla. And all of this followed the opening ceremony. And it's kind of different for me because in watching the opening ceremony, the song that I don't know if it was selected by the officials in Barranquilla, Colombia, but the song that played while the Virgin Islands team came in, I was absolutely not familiar with it at all. But funny enough, who came in behind Team ISV or the Virgin Islands team was the delegation from the British Virgin Islands. And guess what song they came into? Virgin Islands Nice. So it was kind of different in listening to the announcer saying Las Islas Vírgenes Americano, and then you see our delegation, but you don't hear a song that is, completely familiar to all of us. And then Virgin Islands Nice plays for the BVI. I kind of wanted to give you a listen as to the song that was played for Team ISV and the song that played after. So this is the opening ceremony. Just give it a quick listen and tell me what you think. This is a song. This is a song that played for Virgin Islands as they came into the stadium in Barranquilla.
And what we say, I say 1, 2, Rasta is passing through. Hey, I keep it cool, yeah. We reggae music, Rasta people out there.
Definitely a great song, but not universally known throughout the Virgin Islands. Following us was the British Virgin Islands. This is a song they got.
Islas Vírgenes Británicas.
British Virgin Islands.
I'm so proud to be from the VI, a place of history like the African side, yeah. St. Thomas and St. John and St. Dry, nothing can come between us but the waters that divide, yeah. Even though we're just a few square miles, I travel around the world with Virgin Island pride, yeah. A lot of people still going through strife, and still will have been watching you.
So it was kind of interesting to see the opening ceremonies and head selections that played for the respective delegations and hearing what was played for Team ISV and then what was played for Team BVI. But it was all good. It's all great. As mentioned, we're all part of the Central American and Caribbean region, and everything is moving right along. And just a reminder, if you want to follow along, you can go to facebook.com/Virgin Islands Olympics, and you can see some of the pictures that were posted by some of the members that went to the opening ceremony as they lined up in the staging area outside, and a couple of shots while they were inside at the event as well. So it's all exciting stuff, and don't hesitate to check them out, tune in and see what's going on. And as mentioned, when you go to Barranquilla2018.com, BARRANQUILLA2018.com, you are able to see some of the live events. And browsing it today, I saw there was baseball. There was a live baseball game going on, and that game was between Puerto Rico and Venezuela. So depending on what time you tune in and what's being covered, it's what you'll be able to see on Barranquilla2018.com. They have 4 channels for showing videos, and they may not all be live. They may show you a couple of recordings, as well as I was just able to go there and see the recording of the opening ceremony. So hey, that's how technology is moving now. You may not be there, but able to tune in without having to have cable TV or satellite where you can get directly in there. You can check out what's going on. The Team ISV, we have not collected any medals as yet, but I can give you the medal standings as of right now. The leader so far with 28 medals, 10 gold, 8 silver, and 10 bronze. That is Mexico. That's followed by Colombia with a total of 24, 10 gold, 8 silver, and 6 bronze. Coming in third is Team Cuba with 3 gold, 5 silver, and 6 bronze. They're followed by the Dominican Republic with 8 total, 2 golds, 3 silver, and 3 bronze. Team Venezuela has 6 golds. They're in 5th place so far with 6 medals rather, with 1 gold, 1 silver, and 4 bronze medals. Coming in 6th is Team Guatemala with 5 medals total, 1 gold, 1 silver, and 3 bronze. Then in the 7th spot, we have the Bahamas with 1 medal, but it's a gold, so it looks pretty good there in the standing. They're also tied with Jamaica right now and Trinidad right now, who both have 1 medal each, and that medal is the best one, the gold. And in 10th place with 4 medals total is Costa Rica, as they have 2 silver and 2 bronze. And what we will do now is take our final break here on VIOC in action, and we'll be right back.
Hey, this is Sydney Paul, member of the Virgin Islands National Bowling Team, and you're listening to VIOC in action.
Hi, this is Adrian Durant, coach for the VI National Track and Field Team. Set your goals and work hard to achieve them. Believe in yourself, and anything is possible. Tune into VIOC in action to learn how you can take your game to the next level. And remember, if it's to be, it's up to me.
This is Dr. Jerry Smith, physical therapist with the VA Olympic Committee. To unleash the elite athlete in you, the key ingredients are good nutrition, hard work, and dedication. Give yourself what you need to get in and stay in the game. Tune into VIOC in action for tips and fun activities to unleash the elite athlete in you. All right, welcome back to VIOC in action. This is our final segment here, and I'm your host, Neil Bobby Thomas. Just running it through, telling you all about Barranquilla 2018 for Team ISV and our delegation down there. You just heard from Dr. Jerry Smith, and he's part of the delegation. He should be making his way down there to look out for our athletes, because you know when you're an elite athlete and it's in between performing times, you may need a little rub here, a little twist here, a little setting there, and Dr. Smith will be there on the scene to make sure our athletes are getting that proper treatment. You know, and not to change direction so much, but just to kind of keep this first and foremost. We have, as mentioned, a delegation of 70 plus down in Barranquilla, Colombia, and it's very costly. And the Virgin Islands Olympic Committee, we are appealing to you to help support us. One way you can do that is to buy Team ISV items, where all of the funding goes directly towards the Virgin Islands Olympic Committee and assist with getting our athletes the proper training and the ability to get them recognized, you know. So if you go to virginislandsolympics.org, that is the website for the Virgin Islands Olympic Committee, you will be able to find two great ways where you can support Team ISV. Now, if you're like President Angel Chico Morales, you have on your vehicle Team ISV license plate. It's a very beautiful plate. It's blue with the brand new redesigned logo for Team ISV. Lots of colors: red, orange, yellow, green on there, and it shows that you are indeed a supporter of Team ISV. And it actually says that on the license plate, on the bottom in the center, it says proud supporter. Yeah, where on the left it says Team Virgin Islands, and it has the Olympic rings on there. So support Team ISV. It is probably one of the best things you can do individually to help support Team ISV. If the plates are $100, but if you want to make smaller contributions and many more, we also have the opportunity for you to get yourself a Team Virgin Islands hat. Wonderful baseball cap style hat where it has the navy colored brim and the beige for the rest of the area that covers the head. And it has Team Virgin Islands on there in the middle, and to the bottom of the wording Team Virgin Islands, we have the Olympic rings. And above that, we have our Virgin Islands Olympic Committee logo, again, which is a colorful logo, makes our hat very distinguished. But one thing we want to do, we're in 2018 and we have 70 plus athletes down there competing, trying to bring home the hardware, but they are indeed representing the Virgin Islands of the United States of America. But it all started quite some time ago with a series of negotiations, meetings, and then it all ended up they giving us a try, and since 1966 we've been a part of it all. So let's pay a little bit of homage to those who were so instrumental in putting us on the international map when it came to sports. Here is our VIOC moment in history. Hey, well, it's time now for VIOC Moment in History. In 1966, several sports-minded citizens of the Virgin Islands agreed that something had to be done to provide our athletes with a better chance to compete on the international level. The first requirement was to affiliate at least 5 sports to their respective international federations by convincing these international federations that their sports were active in the Virgin Islands and that our athletes could compete on a regional level. 6 sports affiliated: track and field, yachting, weightlifting, basketball, fencing, and volleyball. As a result of a major lobbying effort to the International Olympic Committee, the Virgin Islands was granted permission to participate on a trial basis in the 1966 San Juan Central American and Caribbean Games. Despite many difficulties, Carl Plaskett, Ivan David, Listen Sproul, Rudy Thompson, and John Hamber won medals. As a result, the Virgin Islands was granted full membership status in the International Olympic Committee. The Virgin Islands Olympic Committee was built on that auspicious beginning, and with the exception of the boycotted 1980 Olympics in Moscow, has sent a team to every Central American and Caribbean, Pan American, and Olympic competition since 1966. Virgin Islands Olympic Committee's first Olympic medal was won in 1988 at the Seoul Olympics. The VIOC has grown from its original 6 federations now to 22. Virgin Islands is extremely grateful to the VIOC founders, Calvin Whitley, Julio Francis Edwards, Vern Colwood, Len Stein, Tracy Jackal, for having the foresight, courage, stamina, and determination to bring the Virgin Islands into the Olympic arena. This is your VIOC moment in history. VIOC moment in history, just a little bit of a reminder there to let you know that's where we started and where we are now, and we're hoping that those who are in Barranquilla, Colombia could make an impact and make it known that we are there. Just a reminder, the games in 2018, they will go from July 19th all the way down to August 3rd. So you have time. You can go to Barranquilla 2018 and try to follow along the different sports, the different activities on what is happening and when. As you know, we have 70 plus. Virgin Islands delegation is 70 plus down there, so we want you to make sure you tune in and via the internet and see if there's any way you could follow along with the Team ISV. As I said, the website is not as easy. Not as easy to follow what's going on as it was for like the Pan American Games. But I guess it's a matter of maybe knowledge, maybe budget. But it's trying to follow along your team and their results. It's kind of difficult in this one. But nonetheless, be vigilant and try to seek it out and see if we could get information. And as mentioned, they do have a live button on the top of the screen when you get there where you can choose one of 4 live feeds that are coming from Barranquilla, and you see which one you want to tune into. And don't forget, if you are interested in lending your support to the Virgin Islands Olympic Committee or just want to get more information or pass them on to us, give us a call at 340-719-8462. 340-719-8462. That, of course, is during the working hours, but you can always visit our website at www.virginislandsolympics.org or send us an email to noc@virginislandsolympics.org. If it's easier for you to make your way to Facebook and do your perusing there, you can visit us at www.facebook.com/Virgin Islands Olympics. Or for those of you following along, go to Twitter, and our handle is at Team ISV. And I'm sure if you do the hashtag Team ISV on Twitter, you'll be able to keep up with what's going on down in Barranquilla, Colombia, as Team ISV is down there making strides, trying to see if we could bring home some hardware. Our strengths, of course, are in sailing and track and field or athletics. And let's hope that all athletes down there could shock the world. As we know, our female basketball team did big things lately. So did our male basketball team. So all our athletes are down there working to make things happen. And let's hope they get great results. This has been another show for VIOC in action. This is at Neil Bobby Thomas signing out. But before I do, of course, you got to hear from two people that always want to make sure you know that you're appreciated for tuning in to VIOC in action.
Hey, this is Lynn Reed, Secretary General of the Virgin Islands Olympic Committee. Wanted to thank you for listening to VIOC in action.
This is Angel Chico Morales, President of the Virgin Islands Olympic Committee. Thank you.